Hello, everybody. This is Will Franken, and I last spoke to you guys in December. I think I wished everybody happy Christmas, and before that, I spoke to you in advance of the release of the double comedy album Selvatico, which came out sometime in September. And tonight, I'm coming to you in advance of the release of Selvatico II. This is part of a series. Selvatico, again, is the Italian word for wild, savage, and that's how I feel these days. And Selvatico Uno has been out since September. Tonight, I invite you to listen to Selvatico II, which will be the video immediately following this one. This is just a short little introduction to say, first off, thank you to the people that help make this possible. The patrons at patreon.com/Will Franken for allowing me to be myself and make this with no agenda or do this or do that industry type stuff about it. And they just, they're patrons and they want me to make what I want to make. And so thank you to the patrons. And I'd like to thank my girlfriend for doing, Alicia J. Prince, for doing the wonderful set direction, as well as the makeup and costumes and hair. I do invite you, it's an album, it's a comedy album, a surrealist comedy album, as most of my works are. But the final 4 minutes, there's something happening visually that I invite you, if you happen to glance at the screen, you'll see all of a sudden a visual element to close out this album. And I'd like to thank her, of course, for the set direction, the artistic direction, and the hair and the makeup and everything involved with that, which closes this album out. I would like to thank Lorenzo, my friend Lorenzo, who is, aside from being a patron and aside from having been not only a friend, but is, no, should go the other order, been not only somebody who helps me with Italian, but also a friend. You never would say, he's not only a friend, he's somebody who helps me with stuff. So I would like to thank Lorenzo first for helping me with my Italian, as well as being a friend. And he also appears in this album as the character of Brad Majors. And some of you may get the reference, but I'll leave the rest up to the listener. Surprises, surprises. And thanks to Lorenzo for appearing on that album. Also to my girlfriend for appearing. She's got a role in there as well as my mother. Patricia Franken makes her first appearance after all of these years in a Will Franken recorded work. She has a really funny scene, and I'm just a bit flabbergasted that it took me that long to consider using my mother for one of my projects. But she fits very well in this scene, and I do hope you enjoy her appearance. She appears as a mother, and that's about all I'm going to say on this. I want to mention a little bit about the timing. I believe I started this album in late November, early December of last year. So you might hear one, perhaps two Christmas references. I didn't go overboard. I was pretty sure it wasn't going to be a Christmas album at the pace I was doing this, but there might be the odd Christmas reference. There's also a reference to this thing called Omicron, but by and large, there's larger themes at play here in this one. I did not know I entered the final stages of the mix down and the last recordings and sewing it all together. The stage that I really love. I love the writing and I love the last minute finessing, but the interim can be a bit grueling at times. So I did not know that we were going to go from the virus to war, but that's what's happened, and I won't dwell too much on that because I don't know what to believe. And but I'm sure that if it would have happened a few months earlier, I would have probably put more references to that. It's like the viewfinder, that the world had this viewfinder and they put a slide of this virus in front of our eyes, and then they suddenly seem to have taken it out and put in this war slide now. But there's a few references. I still managed to get in a few references to whatever this nonsense is about on the war front. And that's all contained in this album. It is also a double album. Selvatico I was a double album, and Selvatico II is a double album as well, with a visual twist again at the end for the closing. I'd say closing 5 minutes. Be paying attention right around the, I think the hour and 2 minute mark. It's about an hour and I think close to an hour and 6 minutes. I always advise, if you have a nice pair of headphones, pop them on, and that's how I like to enjoy it. But to each their own. I'm not sure what else I want to say on it other than it's coming up very soon. I'm going to upload this video first as its introduction, and then right on the heels of that is going to come the album. My girlfriend and I tonight are going to listen to both of them in order, Selvatico. So if you've not heard Selvatico Uno, the first one, and again the word is it's Italian for wild or savage. If you've not heard the first one, I invite you to revisit that as well, because I've not heard it since September, because I don't like to listen to stuff I've done already while I'm making something else, lest I be influenced one way or the other by it. But that's the plan. Once it's uploaded on our end, we'll probably be listening along with you. But we're first going to revisit the first one, and then move on to the second one. I will just say that that there's the first album, even as recently as September of last year, I still felt there was this potential for this some kind of, we don't have to do this, whatever this is, and now it seems that whatever this was, a lot of people have allowed this to happen. And I'm speaking very vaguely here, but it's happened, and so it's a different feel to it. It's more like a kind of a corkscrewing inward into the subconscious, and dealing with matters of mind, heart, and soul, again in a satirical stroke surrealistic fashion, as is normally my wont. And with that being said, I don't think I need to say much more, lest I give away some of its contents, which I don't want to do. But I thank you for taking the time to listen to it, as I thank you for those who have already done so with the first Selvatico. And again, we'll be listening along tonight after dinner. We're going to pop on the first one, take a break, listen to the second one, and get the larger story. I wanted this to be a series, the Selvatico series, so I've got 2 in the bag, and I'm going to take a break now and actually enjoy the fruit of my labors. And Baruch Hashem, it all comes, from outside of me, as I believe. That's my view on art. But however it got done, and I am extremely grateful to that, and to all the people who helped make it possible as well, patrons, as well as the people I've already mentioned, and something I'm quite proud of. And I hope you enjoy it. Have a laugh. Rock and roll. Good night.